This may be one of the more unusual books that I have ever noted here on Hitting the Books. I really picked this book up to read, one, because I'd never read it before, and two, because it happens to be about someone who, for some reason, in my very young years, in grade school, junior high, and high school, is a name I picked up on and started following him. Dag Hammarskjöld is his name. He was the second Secretary General of the United Nations, came from Sweden, and was somebody that President Kennedy called the greatest diplomat of the century. Hammarskjöld was an amazing man in the political world, working out of the United Nations, traveling all over God's creation, trying to settle disputes and find peace. This book, Markings, has nothing to do with that. This is an independent journal that he kept, unbeknownst to many, about his own private thoughts, his own private inner disputes that he had while he was doing all this work, and largely about faith. Now, I'm not big on religious books, just not. And this is not a religious book, but it is about a very religious man. Not any particular religion, but somebody who had some great faith going in there being a greater power, and trying to figure out how it affected his life and how it affected what he was doing around the world, trying to promote peace, because that's what he was. He was a peace promoter. And Dag Hammarskjöld's book, it's not necessarily easy reading. They are short verses, as you would find in a journal, that fill this book. I find, as I've read it and continue to read it, I just pick it up, I turn to a particular section of the book dealing with some particular matter that he's thinking about, and just read those and then think about it. That's the kind of book this is. It's not a story. It's not about his dealings as a diplomat, not about his time as in the United Nations as Secretary General. But it is a wonderful book to see the insights of a great man of his time and what he was going through personally in his own life, trying to fit his life and the life he had in public together. I think you'll enjoy this. You're not going to sit down and just read the whole thing. You're going to put it by the table and pick it up every once in a while and read a few of the notations and think about what he's talking about. Dag Hammarskjöld, his book is Markings.